And our final question comes from a comment from William H. Eisen. He comments on the drilling that Cuba has allowed China to do off of Cuba's shores. And the question we've developed from this is, are the Chinese drilling into the same reserves now that would be drilling in if we were drilling in the Gulf?
Well, there have been reports of China and Cuba collaborating on offshore development around 60 miles off the U.S. coasts. And that's certainly in areas that the United States would have arguably a right to drill and develop. So the short answer is yes. The longer answer is the United States is probably the only country in the world that is not actually developing our own energy resources. We are keeping areas of onshore and offshore in the United States off limits to development, or even the understanding of what's available. In parts of the mid-Atlantic states, we have data that's over 30 years old now that really indicates that there's abundant natural gas and some oil that's available. But we need to know more about it. We need to know what the resource base is. Every time we look in the Gulf of Mexico, in deep water and shallow water, in areas that we thought had some oil or natural gas 30 years ago based on older data, every time we look now, we end up finding more oil or natural gas. Offshore Alaska, in the Chukchi Sea, for example, all indications are the Chukchi Sea, which is north of Alaska, kind of between Alaska and Russia, all indications are that Chukchi Sea could be another Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico has been producing oil and natural gas since 1942 and provides a third of all the domestic energy supply that this country uses. The Chukchi has been kept off limits by this administration for several years. So we need to understand what we have and then make informed decisions about how best to use it. But again, it's going to take all energy resources, and we need to thoughtfully and proactively to develop a plan to produce and use and utilize all energy resources.